Today we're going to take a little field trip to the most Grammy-nominated recording studio in the world, according to the Recording Institute Association of America. I'm talking about the United Western Recorders. United Western Recorders was a two-building complex on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood that opened its doors in the late 1950s. And over the years, this is the studio where just about everyone recorded music at one time or another. From Frank Sinatra's My Way to U2's Rattle and Hum, from the Beach Boys' groundbreaking Pet Sounds to Michael Jackson, Metallica, Lady Gaga. The list of artists and songs that have been recorded at United Western Recorder Complex makes you sound like you're simply making it up. And I'm barely scratching the surface of the list. And remember, when you and I are listening to one of our favorite songs, what we're really listening to is a moment in time. The moment in time where the artist stood in front of that microphone and recorded that timeless performance, and the moment in time when you first heard that performance, and it kind of imprinted itself on you. Music is a funny part of our memory. Lucky for us, one of the buildings in the United Western Recorder Complex still operates as a traditional recording studio, now called EastWest. We have been granted special access to sit down with the amazing lady who has run the studio for the last 25 years, named Candace Stewart. We're going to hear all about the history, see some of the control rooms, and stand in some of the most famous recording session rooms in the world. So let's go to East West in Hollywood and talk to Candace Stewart, the lady who makes it all happen. Well, thank you for being here, Miss the amazing and inimitable Miss Candace Stewart, who makes...
happy to be above ground.
Happy to be... These are good times.
Yeah, better be seen than viewed.
Yeah, it is. No, but this, I mean, is there any, is this studio, because the list on the website of the history is like, it takes me 15 minutes to get through it, and my jaw's been on the floor for 15 minutes.
Dude, it's so funny because, I have such good fortune, privilege to run this place, and it's such a special place. And Frank Sinatra bought it with Dean Crosby in 1960, 61. Bill Putnam designed it, famous engineer. The room we're sitting in, there was a Neve when I came in 98, and Scott Litt, the producer, did all the REM stuff in here.
That's crazy.
My kids are like, were you here when Sinatra was here? I'm like, I was one, man.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it's but of all the artists, I mean, even through the 2000s and the 2010s and
today,
your tenure, like today.
Today, there's all kinds of cool stuff going on. By the way,
like what?
Music for a film. I'm not at liberty to say the name of the film yet because it has not been released. But we're doing a string date in Studio One, pretty big one. Mm-hmm. We're doing another string date in Studio Two. Studio 3, there's a really cool producer. It goes by Bacon, B-E-K-O-N. Mm-hmm. His name's Dan Tannenbaum. Mm-hmm. But he works with Hozier, Miley Cyrus, the nicest guy. Mm-hmm. Jesse Murph, super sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah, I mean, even the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds and all that stuff. I can't believe the entire record was done here.
Yeah, it's had many names. It was originally Western Recorders. Then it was Ocean Way. This building at 6,000 and 6050 were together as Ocean Way. And then I came in 98. This building became Cello. I'm in the East building. And a lot of great rock records done during that time. And then my current boss, Doug Rogers, bought it in 2006. Shout out to Doug. Thank you for saving the studio. And we've just been rocking ever since. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts.
It really is nuts. I mean,
it has been a working studio. It's only been closed for, I think, 11 months.
And you had it redesigned by...
Philip Stark. Doug is he's a visionary guy in many ways, but also with design and aesthetics. So he kept the rooms the same, left the recording spaces the same, which is really important to both of us. He's an audiophile and a fan, so he gets what these spaces are. The room is an instrument. But he hired Philip Stark to do the design, all the lounges and stuff. It's all super cool.
This place it really is just incredible.
It's a mix of old and new, like you and me.
Yeah. Which is which now again?
Yeah.
No, but that original room is the big. Is that Studio
One?
Studio One.
Yeah, that was like the Sinatra room. We use his podium every day.
Oh my gosh! You guys still have the podium?
We do. We occasionally. It's not fancy. We just repaint it. It has wheels.
That's
podium.
So cool.
The thing that he would do though that was kind of unusual. If you look at any footage, you can find some footage. He would stand in the center of the orchestra, with the orchestra around him versus facing. The musicians, generally speaking. So they would wait all day. He would come in and knock out the take in 5 minutes. That was kind of the story.
Of course, yeah. 3 a.m, he shows up and promptly.
Yeah. What an amazing singer.
Oh my gosh! But
Well, you're an artist. You're a guitar player, and a singer, and a
I
songwriter.
pretend to be.
No, you're great.
But when Frank was one of the ones that I guess bought the building or financed
He
the
bought
building.
it. He bought it with the story I heard was he bought it with Bing Crosby,
Right.
and then they hired Bill Putnam to come out from Chicago. Quincy Jones was somehow a proponent, and got him to design the rooms. It was a grocery store at the turn of the century.
That's nuts.
You know, and then it was part of the Columbia lot. Then it was a casino. It was called Madame Zuka's in the 40s. But yeah, then it was like a radio. It was called the Radio Center Building, I think, in the 50s prior to that, but or maybe after that. I don't know. But yeah, you know, relevant, current, historic.
It is. Yeah. You can't. Even they talk about Thriller and all that.
Yeah.
All that. I mean,
The console in Studio One was actually built for the record Bad.
really.
So yeah, and it was at Record One because Alan Sides was the owner of Ocean Way, who took over from Bill Putnam. He owned Record One, and yeah, it was the largest Neve of its time at one point. It's 96 channels.
That's amazing.
You know, 85 can go wrong.
Wasn't that the one that is it Eddie Van Halen that bought the? I think.
No, I don't know. I don't know what console Eddie. Maybe
For the 5150 studio, they said
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
I think it might have been from here.
Oh, yeah, very likely that they bought one from Alan Sides. Alan Sides, besides being a studio owner, a great engineer, a badass gear broker.
Yeah.
Always looking for vintage stuff and selling vintage stuff. The console in one's a big name. The two 8078 locked together. The console in two is an 8028 that was modded to 40 channels. Same as the Sound City console that Dave Grohl has. Happily, Dave, sorry about this. Mine's a little bit better shape. Love you, Dave. It's all good. But the same console, built by Rupert Neve. He said he built it in a church in Sussex.
Gotta love that.
Yeah, he just passed away, Rupert Neve, great designer. I don't know how this is an SSL. Vintage analog consoles, modern Pro Tools, Pro Tools. We still run tape all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, we still run 2-inch tape and quarter-inch tape.
That's incredible.
All the Chili Peppers always use tape.
And but back to Frank Sinatra though, he had his record label here.
Yeah, Reprise. So when he broke away from EMI,
Right.
Capitol, EMI, and started his, I mean, maybe there were other early imprints, but I think it was one of the early ones. It was on Warner Brothers. It was Reprise, and it was in the building. And then Bill Putnam, also his engineer, made gear. So outboard gear, which is out of the board, by the way. He designed 1176s, LA2A, stuff like that, and they were made here too.
That's crazy.
Dude, they were monetizing every minute. I mean, I don't do the kind of, we do long days, but they were like 8-hour session of the day, 8-hour session at night, 8-hour session overnight. I mean, they were maximizing, that space.
And Bill Putnam, I know, was doing this like stereo recording.
So yeah, so
like
he and Les Paul were super tight.
Yeah.
Oh, today, I might even take you over there. The Les Paul studio is in United D.
Ooh.
Working console, working tape machine. Les and Bill were friends.
Yeah.
All these guys were flying by the seat of their pants because before Les built the first recording console and direct in channel 1 for guitar.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, they were friends, creating, they were just making stuff. Bill made the Dalcon console. They were, everything up to that point had been broadcast. So they were mixers. They weren't recording consoles. You can think of them as distro boxes versus recording with all the mic pre's and compressors and gates. But if you're not an engineer, don't worry. It's okay. We've got you.
Look it up.
But such innovators, Tom Dowd, Les Paul, Leo Fender, Bill Putnam, Jeff Emmerich. Dude, working at Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's a very small group because, Les Paul built the chambers at the bottom of Capitol.
Yeah. I don't know who built our chambers here. I'm going to guess it was Bill.
I think it was Bill.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was Bill.
It says online that he recorded a lot of things in stereo early on.
Oh, so what he would do, I was going to tell you about that to
sorry.
answer that question. So he would record it in mono, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd have stereo mics set up and would simultaneously record it in stereo. But the labels weren't yet asking for stereo. So the story I heard, wasn't there, but he had all the stereo mixes or all the stereo recordings. And when the label would come back for the stereo versions, he'd charge him full pop for the studio time and everything else. He'd be like, here you go.
Oh my God. That guy was way, way ahead of his time.
Yeah, just a super, and his sons, Bill Putnam Jr., they are Universal Audio. UA.
No way.
So UA, Bill Putnam Jr., he's great. I did a panel with him last year. Sweetheart. Totally respecting his dad's legacy. Obviously, innovators in their own right. They won a bunch of awards at the recent NAMM show for cool stuff. But but I think when they first started out, they used a lot of those analog schematics to make digital versions of their dad's gear.
That's so cool. I had no idea that was real. I mean,
Dude,
but it makes total sense.
I don't even know how phone works. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't even understand it all.
But it's so cool to hear that they're really.
Super respectful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bill Putnam Jr. When I did the panel last year at NAMM, he was telling me he had video. Had video mainly of the United building at 6050, but some from here. He said he spent his whole childhood, basically every other weekend, was painting something or fixing something, and everybody's got cigarettes in their mouth, like up on ladders, painting.
He was big on the other hand.
Bill Putnam was an acoustic design genius. I mean, all the guys that do acoustic design now, John Storg's amazing, Wes Lashow, shout out to Wes Lashow, I love his rooms. But these guys, nobody really has anything on Bill Putnam. I mean, he was kind of cheap, you know. He came up with the pegboard idea. I mean, I think he did, you know, so it's got holes in it, it's thin, you put insulation behind it, sound goes through it. There you go, boom, done.
Oh, I mean, gets it done. I mean,
but you can see the walls, carpet, sound goes through. All these different surfaces matter. Wood, glass, reflective, carpet, not. Fabric, not.
It's true.
Get a clue.
So
anyway,
funny.
the thing above us is called the cloud. Everything has a purpose. You know?
I mean, that's, when you're making it up literally, then you just, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and the speakers in this room are Augsburgers. George Augsburger's still alive in his early 90s. Shout out to George. What an amazing guy. He's of that same caliber.
Yeah.
Can design rooms, control rooms, make speakers. Wow. Yeah, he's badass.
I mean,
and nice.
I know for all the fans out there, but because you deal with so many probably more rock stars and individuals than anybody else, more than a record label even.
Oh yeah.
So
probably.
How do you do it? What's the secret? Is there any common denominator?
Everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time.
Hey.
You know what? Make everybody feel special. It's a hotel with technology.
Yeah.
So it's all about giving them what they need to create and getting out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, artists are vulnerable. They come in and they hand you their baby. Don't kill the baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Basically, quite honestly, it's really just get them what they need, make them feel safe. Social media, no posting, no fawning, no.
Yeah.
Don't make them feel weird.
Yeah,
that's a secret. Don't make them feel weird.
Yeah, that's
make them feel welcome, make them feel comfortable. And every time the phone rings, everybody makes a first record. So I got a great story. I've got a tenant who's EastWest alum. His name is Jeff Ellis. He has a room here. Great guy. Great mixer. Love you, Jeff. And I get a call one afternoon from this guy. He needs to do vocals. Frank Ocean. I don't know who Frank Ocean is. Like 15 years ago. Comes in. Jeff does a session. Lovely, lovely. Frank is a lovely guy. Does a session, then gets a Grammy. Then goes to be Frank's guy. Gets another Grammy. Launches his career. So yeah, learn your craft. Be cool, and I'll make you a millionaire. Well, if you're an engineer.
Exactly. And you literally are the most Grammy-nominated studio, apparently, in the world.
I think that is probably true. Certainly many other fantastic studios in LA, across the world. Some great historic ones. Ardent in Memphis, I believe, is one of the oldest studios as well. One of the things that's a little bit different about 6000 and about 6050 as well, about EastWest and United, is we're really diverse. We're sort of not, a lot of studios are musical genre typecast, like maybe they just do hip hop or maybe they just do scoring or whatever, and that's how they're set up. We do everything. We do scoring in Studio 1 because it's big, a lot of rock in Studio 2, a lot of vocal-oriented stuff in 3, a lot of hip hop, pop, so we do a lot of different styles of music, and that's what's so cool. I want to say this to people that are watching this. You can make great music anywhere. Yeah. You can, if you're talented, God bless you. You can make great, Billie Eilish, Phineas, shout out. You can make great music in your bedroom. So not everybody is that talented. But a place like this, a lot of people during COVID became very isolated, and I think musicians, especially creative people, the collaborative thing that happens when they work together, play in a room together, look each other in the eye, even happy accidents that happen when people are working together. But the other thing that happens here is, and you'll have like a cellist in one room. This will probably happen today, actually, later today. Someone will be in the middle. Each room has a private lounge, and then there's a communal lounge and a kitchen. So people pass by each other. And so a cellist will meet a rapper. And the next thing you know, there's a cello on a rap song. You know what I mean? Or there's a rap on a pop song. Or there, you know what I mean? It's so the collaboration that happens, and music has no gender or color or age. It's not like that. Musicians respect other musicians.
They do. No, they really do.
They really do. And creative people. And Frank Sinatra kind of broke the mold there as well. Thank you, Frank, for that. But yeah, there is no barrier. If you're good, you're good.
And with obviously the very deep history, which goes across, from A to Z and back again, then the pedigree's already kind of built in.
Yeah, so I just...
To be agnostic.
I just try not to mess it up. You know what I mean? I just try to make sure everyone's cool and that I keep the reputation going, keep the gear working. It's one of the hardest things, and a shout out to the technical people that do all the repair, is to keep these vintage consoles rolling, And engineers, their job is to keep the momentum of the session happening. Nothing kills a vibe faster.
You always forget about just the ongoing part of that.
Yeah, something's messed up, go to the next channel, just try to... Try to keep the vibe. Again, you want to keep the vibe going, And stuff happens. Stuff breaks, and it's how you handle it. It's upsetting.
Yeah.
It's a drag.
Yeah.
But it's how you kind of keep it going. Bought many a lunch, many a dinner. Take a 10-minute break or whatever. But you still, the good news about it is you still get the incredible sound. Of this cool vintage gear.
No, I mean...
And the microphones.
Obviously, you're very good at what you do, so I imagine whatever goes wrong...
I'm stumbling along in the darkness.
Hey. You're stumbling along better than everybody else. Aren't we all? One of the other... I guess one of the last questions I wanted to ask you is, you've been here, obviously, till all hours of the morning and wandered the halls when there's no one else around.
There's supposedly a ghost.
There is.
I have not yet encountered her.
Ooh.
Supposedly it's a singer. I've been in this building many, many times late at night. No, I was just working. And anyway, I have never felt a negative presence. But the kids tell me, the runners and the people that are here overnight have heard, things go boom in the night when there's no one in here. I don't know. I come from Charleston, South Carolina. It's got a lot of haunted houses. So, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I know is I don't know.
That's that's the thing.
It's kind of my main premise of my life.
Yeah. I guess with the history here, it's like,
I think there's probably juju. I think in a good way.
Yeah.
Someone said when NAMM just happened this weekend, and someone said when you come into a place like this, you feel it. You feel the mojo and the walls of the previous people that have recorded here, and you bring your A game. Whatever it is that makes you better, I'm all about that. I don't want you to feel intimidated, but if you're excited and you think like, hey man, Sinatra was here, or Mama Cass did a vocal in here, or Whitney Houston did I Will Always Love You in Studio 2, but so many great producers, so many great engineers, the people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That is who, wouldn't have anything without the artist or without the song. But if you didn't have the people to capture it and the people to record it, no one would ever hear it. So my shout out is to all you engineers, all you producers, all you assistants, all you runners, everybody that makes it happen. So
we were just saying before that...
all managers, whatever.
Exactly. All those songs, you listen to Whitney Houston or Sinatra or whatever it was, that's a moment in time.
Dude.
That was captured
in
a brilliant way.
And even though we weren't there... You remember the first time you heard the Beatles. You remember the first time you heard Frank Sinatra. But you're listening
to them doing it at that moment.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I
cool.
get to sometimes do that now, obviously.
Yeah.
Michael Bublé was in recently. He's so lovely. He's so good. And I don't really go into the control room unless invited. I'm not part of the production. I'm not. I don't want to be a distraction. But when they invite you in, the hair stands up on my neck when I'm in Studio One and it's a 50-piece orchestra, or Bob Rock's doing a big band, or John Mayer, or any of these lot of incredible session players.
Yeah.
Names that you and I might know that the average public might not know, like Vinnie Colaiuta, Jim Keltner, drummers, uh, Pino Palladino, Lee Sklar, bass players. There's so many of you, if I don't mention you, don't get mad. So many amazing guitar players, Dean Parks,
Oh, yeah. I know
Tim
Dean.
Pierce, like all these amazing guys. And everybody's work for hire. I do want to say that. If you're a musician and you're out there and you're thinking like, how can I get these people to play on my record? Email me. I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
They're all for hire.
Yeah.
And they make a living. They're working musicians making a living.
Yeah.
So
That's a
I love them.
but like I said, I'm sure when you've gone on to other things at some point in your life that's a lot to soak up in your memory.
Jason and I are friends, okay? But besides in this professional capacity, and I was talking to you the other day, and I don't have a lot of pictures. It wasn't really appropriate.
No.
And phones, we didn't have phones when I first started. You'd have to come in with a camera, would have been very intrusive and not cool. So thank God for the phone camera. But I have a podcast of my own, and I started doing that so that I would have something to remember.
And give yourself a shout out.
Oh yeah, it's called Trade Secrets. You can see it on YouTube, listen to it on Spotify, Google, and Apple. Anyway,
like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's right. Please follow. I'm so bad at promotion. Like I just don't. That's bad, right? But I started doing those to have something, a scrapbook, as it were, right?
Exactly.
And I was joking with you the other day, and I said I'll be sitting in an oyster bar in Charleston when I retire, and hopefully I won't get all like, hey, I worked on this.
Yeah.
I'll just be sitting there and I'll know. I'll be looking out at the marsh. Tom Petty will be playing.
You'll hear it too.
Oh, sorry, I slapped my lab mic. So sorry about that. Wow.
Yeah.
But I'll know.
Yeah.
I think Springsteen wrote a song about it. It was Glory Days, right?
Yeah.
And so many people, hopefully, I think I'll be fine. But so many people, and I do identify with this place. I've been running it a long time.
You have.
It's in my DNA. Who will I be if I don't identify as a manager of EastWest? Well, I think I'm going to be all right.
Yeah, I think so too. One last thing I wanted to cover is
I will be available for consulting.
If somebody out there wants to become Candace Stewart, and I don't blame you if you do.
Oh God, I'm so
but
sorry.
If you wanted to, like, what did that process like from where you came from?
It's so interesting. There is no training for this.
Right.
What I'm looking forward to hire here is recording engineers. So people that want to be engineers. But to do my job, customer service, hospitality. I had the good fortune, I have 3 older brothers. Shout out to my older brother, Rick, Steve, David. They worked at the record plant in the late 60s, early 70s. And I would come out in high school from South Carolina, and a lot of people that I met, like Mike Klink worked at the record plant, Jim Scott, all these people that I love that I still get to work with, I met when I was a teenager.
Wow.
So I came out in the early 80s, and Steve, my second oldest brother, had taken over a room where Glenwood Place is now. It was the old Kendon. And shout out to Paula Salvatore, who started at Kendon. Also, Rose Mann started at Kendon, or worked at Kendon. Kit runs it now, Glenwood Place, amazing studio, 619 South Glenwood Place in Burbank, 623, next door. But I went to work for my brother. I was bartending, and I want to be a marriage counselor. I was a psych major. By the way,
wow,
psych major, great training for this job.
I believe that. And marriage counselor
and
probably
bartender.
too.
I was a bartender.
Same thing.
And my brother, who was so sweet, he came to the restaurant I was working at one night, and he saw me work in the bar. I worked at the City Cafe on La Brea for the Mary Sue Milliken and, God, I can't remember her name, the 2 Hot Tamales, the ladies that opened the Border Grill, amazing bosses. And he saw me bartending, and he thought that I was very good with people. But I wanted to learn how to be an engineer. I didn't do it much, but I was starting to learn. I could align a tape machine, run a tape machine, and I was doing a couple of sessions. And I'll try to make this brief, but I did a session one day with this famous engineer. His name is Shel Talmy. He just passed away. He was blind. And I did this, and he was super nice. Everybody was nice, by the way. Everybody was cool. Being a female, not a problem. Just be enthusiastic, learn your craft. You don't say I'm going to the female eye doctor. You're going to the eye doctor. You know what I'm saying? I tell girls this. And yes, I want more girls in the industry. We want more people, more good people. Yeah. And I was doing the session, and he was super nice. And at the end of the session, I said to my brother, I don't want to be an engineer anymore. He goes, why are you doing so good? And I go, he's blind. And he's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name of the band. And my brother said, well, can you help me book it? And I said, yeah, sure. And so the first thing early on, when I started marketing, this is pre-internet. This is, it's 1984, maybe 86 by this point. And you start calling people. Hey, we got this room, please come out. And Mike Klink called. He knew Steve from the record plant. He said, I've got this band. I've got to re-record the whole record on Geffen, and I need some time. I need a good deal. And I was like, okay, great. Well, we'll do it. We'll figure it out. And it was Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses. First big project I booked as a manager.
Sorry, my jaw's dropping here.
And then it was just a run. I mean, I look like a genius, right? And then it was just Cheap Trick and Richie Zito. Shout out to you, Mike Klink, all these people. I just work with I brought on Robin Zander's daughter as an intern about 2 years ago. Her name is also Robin. Her name is Robin Saylor. His son's name is Robin Taylor. And he is a great artist in his own right. Jack Douglas produced his record. Okay. So yeah, Robin names his kids Robin. Love you, Robin.
Yeah.
It's keeps it easy.
It's like George Foreman's kids.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, come over here, George. But yeah, I feel so fortunate. So if this is something you want to pursue, I do think you need to understand the process of recording, even if it's on a fundamental level. Maybe go to a trade school and take some music industry stuff. But learn about recording. Learn about what we do. Learn the language of this, because it helped me so much to understand what tracking is, what overdubbing is, what mixing is, what a microphone does, a compressor, things like that, to be able to speak the language of engineers. Because again, they're really, artists or clients, managers ain't our people, but the engineers and the producers, they decide where to go.
No, I'm sure.
Dude, I just saying. I want you to come back in. I want you to, you're a good songwriter, Jason. You're a good musician. I think we need to get you back in the saddle.
Oh, yeah, get back on the bicycle,
get back
I guess.
On the horse, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. This is incredible.
I love you.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
We've known each other for a long, long time, but we've never actually, I sit here and pick your brain.
And, he hadn't said it, but his dad's one of the greatest singers ever born, greatest musicians and performers of all time.
I argue with you, but I got nothing.
And what a nice guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
dude, what a fun guy.
It's funny how much time that you spent with my dad over all these years, which is another reason why I love
and his beautiful widow, Patty Everly. Shout out to Patty. We love you so very much. But I think I remember meeting Phil and just thinking, like, of all the people I'd met, wow. I mean, Paul McCartney and John Lennon were in love with the Everly Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Teen idols.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What was it? Was a record that he showed me, win a date with Phil.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Exactly.
And Don, of course, his brother, amazing. But your grandfather.
Yeah, my grandfather was
Ike?
Ike was a great guitar player, but my mother's father owned the record label that signed them.
We love this.
How mom and dad met.
Nepotism's not bad.
No, it's not.
If people are talented, it's a good thing.
Yeah, no. If they, I always say actually, if they hadn't Bye Bye Love hadn't been a hit, my parents, if they hadn't recorded that and made that happen, my parents wouldn't have met.
I like Wake Up Little Susie.
Well, that was the next one.
Kathy's Clown.
But if they hadn't been a success, I wouldn't be here.
When Will I Be Loved?
Yeah. That's
Thank you, Linda Ronstadt, for covering When Will I Be Loved.
Yeah. Still
amazing
one of
song.
My dad's most proud moments. But
I remember your dad, and he had a voice like an angel. I remember your dad saying to me that he thought his favorite singer was Graham Nash. Yeah. And I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, he did.
But Elvis's favorite singer was Roy Orbison.
Yeah,
and I'm a huge Roy Orbison fan, and I got to work with Roy.
Really?
Oh my God, he was so nice.
I'll bet.
And I got to wear the pink glasses.
No.
Dude, and I drove him to Martino's Bakery and we had donuts. Sorry, Barbara. It was before you passed, I know. He wasn't supposed to eat donuts. Sorry about that.
That's probably that was my dad. My dad had been sneaking out for donuts too.
Sneaking out for donut.
Yeah.
But I feel just so, oh my God. And he was so normal.
Yeah.
And so fun. And your dad, so funny.
Yeah.
So self-deprecating. So if you're an artist and you're watching this, don't be a butthead. Be nice to everybody. Be lighthearted.
Yeah, it's so true. The biggest stars I've ever met have always been
the sweetest.
You would never have any idea.
Oh, the sweetest. Yeah. Your dad. Last story for the camera. The house in what was the name? In Columbia.
Oh, okay.
In Tennessee. I'm visiting Patty and Phil, and he's got the screened-in porch, and he says, "Oh, some people are coming over later, and we're going to have a little barbecue or whatever." And they had the hanging bed.
I remember that.
They were putting together out on the screened-in porch. If you don't know what a screened-in porch is, you don't know about the South. Yeah. Keep out the skeeters.
Google it.
Yeah. But he says to me one day, me and Brian and my husband's there. He says, some people are coming over later. And he says, do you think you can help us with the sound? And I'm like, what sound? And he goes, a couple people coming by later. And I'm like, well, do we have like a mixer? Do we have like a PA? Or like, what's going on? He's like, oh, Candace, you know what to do. And I'm like, oh, crap. And it's like, I can't remember what we put the mics through. I think it was like a preamp from a stereo or something.
Oh, it was
winging it, right? And then
totally.
Dwayne Eddy walks in.
Yeah.
You might have been there. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, it's like Dwayne Eddy. And
Were
he's
the
like,
Crickets there come over? Did Sonny
yeah,
and
the drummer came from the Crickets. What's his name? Sonny?
J.I., I think.
Oh, J.I.?
I think.
He comes in. Hope I didn't mess that up.
Hope I didn't mess that up.
He comes in and they're like, Candace, can you and I'm like, oh my God. we were playing, they were playing on the screen porch. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I remember just sitting next to Dwayne Eddy going like, this is surreal.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Yeah, no, it was, we were there one Christmas and...
I think Brian got to jam.
I believe it. We were there one Christmas and, Sonny and J.I. and all the Crickets are there and Sonny's playing all these, That'll Be the Day and all these songs. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember this song? I wrote the Mary Tyler Moore theme. Let me play it for you.
I love that.
And he would tell the story about how he wrote it and played it for all these people. And I'm just like, you did what? Amongst all the Buddy Holly stuff.
All these people, so many, again, I don't know if they're unsung heroes, but heroes.
Yeah.
I saw Tom Scott the other day. He wrote theme to Hawaii Five-0 in this building.
That's crazy.
And he's still coming in and doing sessions.
You gotta love that.
I'm like, oh my God, it's so great. Lalo Schifrin, the theme to Mission Impossible. Studio One, the theme to The Godfather.
Yeah, The Godfather.
You know what I mean? So we have that big pull down screen, and so we watch The Godfather.
Oh my God.
On the big pull down screen. We have like Thanksgiving whenever in the studio. It's amazing, but these guys. I mean, no shortage of talent in Los Angeles or Nashville. Incredible players everywhere, all over this great, big, beautiful world we live in. So if you have the opportunity to help somebody who's a creative person, help them.
Yeah.
Be
That's
cool.
fantastic.
Pay it forward.
Anyway, thank you so much, Candace.
So
I want to.
You're so welcome.
You are the best. You are the coolest. You've always been the coolest.
You're the coolest. Mwah.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Do you have a minute we can walk around and see some of this crazy, amazing stuff you've been talking about?
The sessions start a little bit later today, so you get to do some beat.
That's Sinatra's podium.
I had to pull Johnny Depp off that horse. You have to imagine the Beach Boys in here.